Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius friends, and welcome to your horoscope for September of 2023. We're Sagittarius this month. First of all, we've got Venus and Mercury coming out of retrograde, which is fantastic because it gives us this energy that, okay, we can start to initiate and move some things forward. We'll start to feel that. We're also going to see Jupiter stepping into retrograde, which as your ruling planet, this is good news in two ways. One, all of the expansion that's been happening for you, your daily routine, I think over the last handful of months has gotten really big, or there's been a lot of details that have needed to be handled. And now as Jupiter turns retrograde, you'll have the chance to start to kind of iron out the details a little bit, trim the fat, get rid of the excesses and the extravagance and come down to home base. You know what I mean? So you can be working within means that are tangible to you and have a nice routine. The other way that I think that it's great is because your health and your wellness can come back on track. You can make a plan, you can have a routine to have a healthy daily routine in your life for your body and your wellness. And I think that this is something that is really important to you, Sagittarius. It's you're so fun loving and like go with the flow, and you've got that beautiful mutable fire, but also when things get too big or get too out of whack, even you come ungrounded. So in this very Taurian area of your chart, I think that that's going to be something beautifully helpful. Now, the big news that I think is important for us to address right away, Sagittarius, is that we are in the eclipse window. So this means that starting this month, really feeling into your own space and noticing where you feel these subtle changes of vibration, getting ready to launch you forward, getting ready to say, okay, all right, I can play, I can relax, I can breathe, I can move something forward. You're going to start to feel that. And the energy creeps up and gets louder and louder and louder every week until we get into the eclipse zone in October. So take a little bit of notice at the beginning of the month of your body. Feel through your space. Turn off everything. Let there be a little bit of silence around you so you can hear your own breathing and feel your own vibration, so that as the new energies creep in, you can really sense them and take all of the initiative that you need. All right, Sag, let's get in here and take a look at what's going on this month. Now, at the beginning of the month, I do have to say, I was looking through the month and I'm like, man, there's a lot of work or projects or things that require you to be doing detail-oriented work tasks that seem to be on the agenda this month. And starting at the beginning of the month with Venus turning direct in the energy of Leo, which has been reviewing your ninth house space, this is no different. Now, with this Venus retrograde, we really kicked into gear June 19th when Venus moved into its pre-retrograde shadow position at 12 degrees of Leo. So really big plans, really big visions and ideas and even beliefs and levels of faith that you've been starting to review it. What do I believe about this? Is this big plan or this big idea that I had the right thing for me at this time in my life? Do I still value that particular thing? And the nice part about the continuation of the retrograde, which really kicked in July 22nd, and now we see Venus out of retrograde here on the 3rd, is that I think where you don't feel your normal Sagittarian enthusiasm for these ideas, beliefs, courses of study, means of travel, these big idea kinds of things, you're a little bit more prepared by the time Venus gets to its post-retrograde shadow time, October 7th, to really let it go. But you're not letting it go with like your claw marks in it. You know what I mean? Where you're like, you will pry it from my cold hands. You know what I mean? It's not like that. Now I think that there is that enthusiasm to shed it and to go, you know what? It's okay for me to let this go because I just don't value it anymore, or it just doesn't have the same meaning anymore. So you let it go, and that gives you space to expand, because we have to remember always that we can't invite the new in if the old is sitting uselessly in its place. So fair amount of initiative to move things forward in this ninth house place. It's also really great for pursuing any area of higher education, training, or study. And you may even have the finances to back it at this time. And as you move from October to the end of the year, more and more you can see that the financial piece is coming together, okay? On the 4th, we see Jupiter, your ruling planet, taking that retrograde in the energy of Taurus. Now, This is again going to be an energy that helps you cut away some of the extravagance, some of the big things that have been excess, have been happening over in your life and in your chart, especially in your daily routine. Now, Jupiter's taking this retrograde. We've been looking at 15 degrees of Taurus to 5 degrees of Taurus. And if you flash back to June 11th, what started happening in your 6th house? Daily routine, health, wellness. This includes mental health and wellness, okay? I want you to look back at physically with your money, what was happening with your finances on a daily routine. And one of the things that can happen with Jupiter in Taurus in this 6th house space for you is worry about money, worry about finances. This could be a very real situation, but I do think that some of the financial situations start to smooth themselves out as the month goes along. You get clearer picture of your expenses and things like that as the month continues to go along, because Jupiter is slowing down, okay? Now, we will see Jupiter station direct December 30th and leave the full retrograde shadow time on March 23rd of 2024, okay? The other thing to just consider is when Jupiter goes retrograde, because it is the ruling planet, sometimes you can feel like you've lost a little bit of your chutzpah, right? That little bit of that vitality can feel like it's like come out of you. One of the things to consider is that because the 6th house can also have to do with coworkers or these projects, things like that I was saying maybe need a lot of details for you to work on, you might be gaining energy by doing this review with other people. So it's kind of like, hold on, you're not in it by yourself. So just pace yourself, Sag, okay? Like, let the energy rework itself in a very physical way. Taurus, you may be rethinking the mission and the plan or getting a new perspective, but you're not doing it by yourself, okay? On the 14th, we have got a new moon happening in the energy of Virgo at 21 degrees. Now, this is going to light up your 10th house space. So again, it brings me back to this idea of career. Something's happening in the career zone for you, really lighting up this solar 10th house. So it's like, okay, first of all, the new moon is an opportunity for you to plant your seeds of intention. What would you like to begin in your career? What would you like to begin in your title, in your reputation? One of the things I think about too is I offer this for your consideration, is that think about it. Are you in school? Are you in training? And you used to be a level 1 and now you're a level 5, right? This is also a change of the title that we call you in public. So if there's something that you're studying and it's like, okay, I'm in my next year of training or schooling, this is also a change to that 10th house area. So that's something for you to consider. But what would you like it to be? Now, this particular new moon is in a wonderful earth connection with Uranus and Taurus. So something new is happening and is going on, and it's really clearing a path for you to begin something new. But you may not feel like at this particular moon it's all crystal clear, because this moon does oppose Neptune. So you're like, okay, well, I'm trying to sort out all of the details and I'm trying to really make this area of my life the best that it can be and set up this routine, but I'm not entirely clear on how to do that. That's okay. Again, this is a wonderful energy to ask for some help, or, if you feel like you're struggling with something, go to the specific people who do that thing. If you're like, okay, I'm not sure exactly where this class is, go to the admissions office. If you're not exactly sure of how to make this healthcare regimen work in your life, go to the fitness people, right? Be very specific. That's the beauty of Virgo energy. It's very discerning, and it says, hey, here's the priority. Let's just do this. Now, we'll also have a little bit of help to that with Mercury turning direct in the energy of Virgo just there on the 15th. Now, Mercury is coming direct at 8 degrees of Virgo, and we've traveled from 21 degrees of Virgo to 8 degrees of Virgo, okay? So being the communication and decision-making planet, it's really quite nice that as Mercury is coming direct also here in this 10th house space, you really can take this initiative to move the business, move some travel, move your title forward, and it's going to be nothing but absolutely helpful. Another thought I'm having with Mercury coming direct here in this Virgo energy is, again, brings me back to the career, that Is there a grouping? You're doing something in a group with people and you have to go over the details of it, or you have to make the plan. This could be something that you're doing at this time, and starting to take that initiative now will be really helpful. Are you going back to work in some way, right? We're past the retrograde now, we're moving forward. And this is great because, again, it brings the financial picture into some smoothing that can really help you out, okay? On the 23rd, we see the sun move into the energy of Libra, and this is going to light up your 11th house. So very social things, social media, group projects, organizations that you're connected to, your tribe. And remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. This is a position of influence as well. So in the energy of Libra, first of all, one of the things you can do is look back to this time in your life last year, because the Libra energy, your 11th house, was lit up last year as well. So in your Libra energy, compare this year to last year, and what is different? What is different from what you experienced this last year to what you'd like to experience this next year in your 11th house space? Do you want to be talking and teaching and being a person of influence? Do you want to be influenced by someone in your tribe or a grouping around you? Is it just a social time and you're back to work, you're back to school, you're back to whatever it is, so there's that nice social energy? Whatever it is for you, it's really nice for having that grouping mentality, okay? And sharing your energy, sharing your stories. Remember, Libra is an air energy, so talking and sharing things of the intellect are really a lovely energy here, okay? All right, as we get to the 29th, and we are going to close out this month, we've got a full moon happening at 6 degrees of Aries. So this is a fellow fire sign. First of all, the full moon is asking us to end something, acknowledge something, or to make an adjustment of some kind, okay? So for you, this is lighting up the 5th house space. So first of all, I want to tell you, okay, the nodes are also here, okay? So we've got the North Node traveling through Aries as well. Now they're pretty far apart, but we do have this vibration there. So something in the destiny line is kind of ringing here. So what that is an indicator of, to me, is for you to be paying attention at this particular moon. Is that are you purchasing something? What is the childlike energy that's happening here? It's really fun, it's really playful, it's like, I'd really like that fast car, it's very much so an energy of, I want to create, and I want to create this expression, but it comes from this wonderfully joyful playful place. Now, for the parents out there, Saggies who are parents, you may honestly be hearing from your children in some way, and they are asking you to help them with something, and you have to decide if this is something that you are willing to help them with, because it's going to activate the me and the we balance, right? Which is the, yes, I am your parent. Okay, cool. So that's us. But what part of me gets sacrificed if I help you with the we? And is it the right balance, right? Yes, I can give of myself in this way, and it is a benefit to you, and that strengthens the we. Or, is it you're being irresponsible on your side, and I have to actually deliver the lesson of, no, you can't have my resources when you're not using yours responsibly. Things like that could absolutely be the situation. And I do have to tell you, there are very few really big warnings I ever feel like I need to issue to the Sagittarian energies, or any energies as a matter of fact. But I do think that if you have something coming up for you at the end of the month around this full moon, if you are not absolutely 100% tapped into wanting to help your child, a person, an organization, whoever's coming at you with the energy of, could you potentially help me? If you are absolutely not up to it, I would not make the decision impulsively. This is a fire energy. You can make the decision quite impulsively. So just be mindful of that and watch what it is that you're doing. On the other side of it, though, if you have not been exposing yourself and letting yourself have time to play, and you're starting to feel those feelings of overwhelm, it is an indicator to play a little bit. Relax, take it easy, play just a little bit, whatever that looks like for you in your life. All right, my beautiful Sagittarian friends, I hope you have a gorgeous month, and you will share how it's going with me in the comment section down below. Like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in October when we are going to eclipse it up, okay?